Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the update preview stream. This is Bugs here. I'm joined today by Artemis and Miss D. Say hi, guys.
Hey everyone.
Happy holidays, guys.
Yes, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all the other things. A little premature here, but this is actually going to be our last stream of the year. So, real quick, I just want to take a moment and thank you all so much for the support throughout the year. Thank you for tuning in. It was a pretty awesome year, all things considered. I can't believe it's already over and this is already like the last stream of the year. But it really was an incredible year. The servers grew a lot and we raised over $300,000 for charitable Rust and a bunch of stuff happened. So, really great year and much love to you all. Thank you so much for everything. And also, Misty and Artemis, thank you guys as always for joining me for another year here of these streams.
It's my pleasure. I like being here a lot.
Yeah, loving it as always.
Awesome, awesome. So we're going to get into it as always. And as always, if you have any questions as we're going through things, feel free to do at Misty underscore that's me in chat. And we'll get to as many questions as we have the opportunity to. So, what is going on in development? Well, Xmas is coming. That's right. The Rust Christmas event is coming. And this is going to be, God, it's got to be like 6 or 7 years running that they've done a Christmas event in game. And so, if you have been around for a previous Christmas event, then a lot of this will seem familiar to you. But if you haven't been, then we'll run through what you can expect this Christmas season. Now, first and foremost, the patch is coming out on Saturday, the 16th. They didn't do it today, I think probably because the Twitch Rival stuff is still going on, which if you haven't already, go check out Twitch Rivals and the special drops with that and everything like that. And there's also that support a streamer thing going on. If you gift 2 subs, you get that cool computer station this month. So definitely don't forget about that. But yeah, given all that going on, I think they decided to release the patch for the Christmas stuff on Saturday, December 16th. So 2 days from now. I imagine the patch is going to come out at normal time, the 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT. But I don't think anything's been officially released with that on the timing. But I imagine that will be when it goes out, because that is generally speaking when patches go out. And also, just to note, all this is subject to change. Given the Christmas event isn't live yet, things can be switched around and changed. So take everything with a grain of salt. And we're not going to know the full specifics of certain items and everything until they go live in the item store on Saturday. So, as always, I have an article on rustified.com which summarizes all this in text and pictures. And what I do plan on doing is Friday or Saturday when more things come to light and we get clear on what is coming in this update, I'll do a quick update to that post too. So you can see specifically what Christmas items are coming and everything like that. But do expect some special Christmas items on the item store. And on top of that, there's also, for the first time ever, a Winter Drops Fest as well. So there's even more drops to get on Twitch. This starts on Saturday also. And it's just part of what Twitch is calling the Winter Drops Fest. It looks like a couple games are participating, including Rust. And if you head over to the Winter Drops Fest page, you can see that Rust is actually going to have 4 items available: the Santa sleeping bag, the gingerbread SAP, the snow suitcase, and the Nutcracker AK. And you get these by just watching anyone playing Rust from the 16th to the 31st. And you'll have to watch their generic drops, but you'll have to watch 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours, and 12 hours, depending on which item you're going for. So cumulative, kind of like what we've seen in previous drops. But that is the Winter Drop Fest. And once again, that starts on Saturday when this mandatory update and client patch comes out, which puts the Xmas event live. Now, also new this year, we have a gingerbread skin, a building skin coming in. Building skins have been a big thing this year. We've seen a number of them launched as DLCs this year. And what we're seeing with the Xmas event is it looks like everyone will be able to use this gingerbread skin. You can get a little sample of it here with this portal, this gingerbread portal. That's kind of the same vibe and look that you're going to have. Unfortunately, we were trying to build a gingerbread house using the skin, but it's not available for us to use on staging at the moment. So we actually couldn't get any actual gingerbread stuff going for the update stream yet, but you can get the sense of what it looks like. And it's a cool look, and it's available to everybody throughout the Christmas event from what we're seeing. It doesn't look like this is going to be an item store thing or, a DLC. Once again, everything's subject to change, but based on what we're seeing, it looks like this is just going to be a skin available for everyone to use during the duration of the Xmas event. And this is a wood building skin. I apologize earlier. I said it was a stone skin on my article today, but I was incorrect. It looks like it will be a wood tier building skin, which I think makes more sense anyway. So, like all other building skins, this is purely an aesthetic change. It doesn't change anything with colliders or statistics or anything like that. And it will, once again, just be live through the duration of the Xmas event, which looks like it's either going to go on until the 31st, but I think it's probably going to go just till the next forced wipe and update, which is the first Thursday of January, which is the 4th of January. So I think it's just going to go the Xmas event, that is, until the 4th of January, and then we'll see an update and a forced wipe. The update probably won't be too feature packed, as a lot of the team at Face Punch is taking a very well deserved break this December. So we'll probably see some fixes and stuff like that, but I don't think for January's update we're going to see a whole slew of new content. But that is generally what we see in January's anyway, historically speaking. But back to the Christmas event, on top of the gingerbread skin, there's also gingerbread mines. Now, these are making their first return. They originally showed up for the Xmas event last year. And if you're not familiar, these are just gingerbread mines that spawn around the map. They look like that small gingerbread house we were just showing on stream before. And you can enter them. There's about 12 per normal map size. And they behave kind of like the portals did in Halloween, where you just go up to one of the houses, you enter the door, and then you get teleported into this kind of gingerbread mine thing or dungeon. And in there, there's some loot and some enemies with in the form of gingerbread people. So there's about 2 to 6 gingerbread people per dungeon. They're armed with candy canes and the occasional MP5, and they drop the same loot that scientists drop. And on top of that loot that you're going to get from the NPCs, there's also some Christmas goodies in there, small presents, snowball guns, snowballs, things like that. And then to exit the gingerbread mine, you just have to go back through the door you came into. So you basically just go in there. You can kill the enemies, kill the NPCs, the gingerbread guys, get some loot, and exit back the way you came. And these mines will just be spawning randomly around the map throughout the duration of the Christmas event. And yeah, another place to get some good loot. Example loot from the mines is available on Rustafied.com. We have like 6 different mine example loots, but you're just going to be getting stuff like tech trash, small presents, sheet metal, scrap, um, medium presents, things like that. You get scrap and presents and some components and stuff. So that is the gingerbread mines, a good place to get some loot this holiday season. Now, also, as you're going around different monuments for this update, you're going to notice that a lot of them are now festively decorated. So the fishing villages, bandit camp, and compound are all decorated for the holidays. So that's cool as well, kind of some festive holiday decorations. And now also, this is a mainstay for the Xmas event stuff, is just presents. So if you've never done a Christmas event before, then you'll want to get familiar with these presents. And what it is there's small presents, medium presents, and large presents. And you've probably seen things like this in other uh, Rust holiday things, but basically you can open the presents or you can upgrade the presents. So if you got a small present, you can upgrade it and you get, it, if it's a small present, you can just open it and get some crappy stuff like chocolate bars and some snowballs and some metal frags and handmade shells and stuff. Or you can stack 10 presents together and upgrade them to a medium present. When you're in the realm of medium presents, you can get things like 1,000 stone if you open them, 150 low grade fuel, a small stocking, a salvage cleaver, a Pookie bear, and various other things like that. Or you can combine 5 medium presents and upgrade to a large present. And then when you open large presents, that has the best presents in it that you're going to get. So that's like 250 crude oil, a super stocking, supply signal, revolver and bullets, custom SMG and bullets, pump shotgun and bullets, some hollow sights or laser attachments, things like that. And you can see examples of all this stuff on rustified.com as well if you scroll down about halfway down the page. But that is the presents. Now, you get these presents by once every in game day. You'll hear jingles around you, and then some presents will spawn like loot boxes on the map just around each player. It's by default, I think, two of these presents spawn around each player each in game day when that Christmas event happens. And that's denoted once again by the jingle bell sound. And then once you get that, you go and whack those presents that spawn on the ground, and then inside those presents you'll get smaller medium presents basically drop out of that, and then you can save those presents up and upgrade them and get good stuff. So that's basically the deal with the presents. Also, it doesn't stop with those presents on the ground. You got better presents dropping from the sky as well, as the airdrop has been replaced for this Xmas event with Santa's sleigh. And so with that, you're going to hear more festive sleigh bells going over and see old Saint Nick and his reindeer going through the sky with trailing stars and everything, and then they drop these big ass presents. Um, yeah, and you're going to get better loot in these presents than you get in a normal airdrop. So that's just another way to get some extra loot for this holiday season. Now, I mentioned when I was going through the presents, you can get some stockings. And what the stockings do is you hang them around a chimney or just on your base somewhere. And then over a period of time, they'll just start sparkling. And then you can go in there and find some goodies in there. So a small stocking, when it's sparkling, you'll find like 250 wood or 150 stone or 25 metal frags or things like that. And then, of course, with the super stocking, you're going to get some better stuff like, but not really. Like, oh well, maybe like a snowball gun and a medical syringe, a water pipe shotgun. So yeah, some a little bit better stuff is available in these super stockings as well. And once again, you just hang those around, and then after a period of time, they start glowing and putting off that glitter stuff, the glowing. What? Why am I missing my words today? I don't know. It's like star shit on top of it, and then that signifies that you can get some stuff out of the stockings. Now, there's also other Xmas goodies as well. There's ice walls and sleds and snowball guns and snow machines and snowmen. So there's a bunch of good stuff. There's also the Advent calendar, um, which basically you just craft as a default blueprint. It's 100 wood, 20 cloth, and a workbench level 1 to craft. And then it will allow you to claim a present every in game day, every real life day, actually, I mean. So that's the Advent calendar stuff. And yeah, there's just a bunch of Christmas festive things going on. Now, there's also some other stuff going on in development as well. Uh, probably a lot of this stuff is going to wait until the January update to come in, but some of it might come with the update on Saturday. But they added a corpse info convar that's probably going to be just for admins. They're doing some stuff with lerp and some buoyancy fixes. They're doing a fix for the skinning knife not dropping players' heads. Some fixing incorrect repair costs, having some items be too cheap to repair. They fix grenade throwing stuff and various other stuff. So just some miscellaneous fixes are going on in development as well. Once again, given it's December, there's not a lot of work on new features and functionality, and we're probably not going to see a bunch of new stuff enter the game in January. But that is once again just due to the team taking a much deserved and needed break for the holiday season. But that about does it. And that does mean we're not going to be streaming because the team isn't doing development. We're not going to be streaming for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to take a little break too. And I'm excited about that. But we will be back January 4th for the update and forced wipe. So we'll have a stream for you on January 4th and show you everything. I don't think it's going to be a ton of stuff, but show you everything coming in the January update. But yeah, that about does it. Miss D, do we have any questions from the audience?
Yes, we do. But first, I want to say thank you to Joe XZZ or CC, how you pronounce it, for a gifted sub to Razor.
Yeah, thank you for the gifted sub. And thank you guys so much for the support to everyone who tunes in, to people who give bits and subscribe on Twitch or gift subs, and to our wonderful, beautiful, loyal VIP customers. Thank you all so much. A lot of people think we're on the development team or we're part of Face Punch, but we're actually not. We're just an independent organization who loves reporting on development news and running the best servers that we possibly can. And the only way we can do that is through the support of the community. So, once again, a huge thank you to everyone who supports us.
When will this update be live with the gingerbread houses and stuff?
It looks like it is going to be Saturday, probably 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT. That time is not confirmed that I know of yet, but that is the general time that they drop patches.
After Twitch rival stops, right? Because there's so
And
many drops right now, and yeah,
yeah, yeah. So I think previous years, a lot of times, if I remember correctly, they did drop the patch on Thursdays for the Christmas stuff. But once again, I think this year, because the Twitch rival stuff is still going on and there's drops for that, they're waiting until Saturday to, not have overlap.
yeah. I am curious, what are the criteria to get or to be an official server?
You really just have to get invited, basically. And so you have to run a server. Ideally, you give back to the community in another way. Like what got us on the official list originally, and we were the first community added to the official list by Gary, like way back in the day, probably 8 years ago. But that was mainly because I was back then, especially doing different posts every day of the week about what was going on in development because they were releasing updates so much more often and it was really a lot more willy-nilly back then, and I was doing an article like literally every day, and it was because I was giving back to the community that they offered to add us to the official list. And it's a similar case with a lot of the other people that have been added to the official list. And so, but there's no application process. We have no ability or control over it. It's literally just face punch inviting people who have stand up and run good servers and give back to the community.
Do you guys know what the snow suitcase Twitch drop is?
No, I actually don't. I was wondering about that. Do we see anything in game?
Haven't done for the moment. Can definitely check for you guys in a minute.
So I'm crashed out, so I can't check.
Me too. Yeah, that's why we're currently on a static screen for the minute, but we'll be back.
Oh. Yeah, so that is one fun thing about staging right now is we're all crashing. So it's probably
Yeah,
good this update isn't coming out today. They got another 2 days to figure out whatever is causing these crashes because we've all crashed at least once in
yeah,
what, about half an hour now?
Right.
yeah. Um,
Rip.
I'm not sure I pronounced this name right, but Sifinki or something. Say thank you for a very informative year.
Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you for tuning in and for the support as always.
Oh yeah.
If your base is already wood, would you be able to upgrade it to gingerbread like the other build skins?
Yeah, I think you should be able to.
Time will tell, right?
Yeah, we will see. Right now, the gingerbread skin is not it's not working on staging for us. So we can see the option to upgrade, but it's not upgrading. So we can't test definitively now, but I believe that should be no problem.
And original Jake is gifting two tier 1 subs to Jenny9268 and to Mr. Decoder. Thank you,
Nice.
Jake.
Thank you, Jake. And Jake coming in, getting that computer terminal. That's exclusive Twitch computer terminal and supporting streamers. So once again, that's something running this month and through the end of the month is if you gift 2 subs, you get this cool computer terminal, a Twitch computer terminal. So uh, thank you for the support.
Yeah. Um, we don't have more questions right now, so maybe we do. Oh, I think someone just. Have y'all gotten all the drops? I got some, not all.
No, I didn't do shit with that actually. I've been awful this week. I might leave something running.
It's
But I've
fine
been
too.
so busy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. Been trying to. There've been a few issues, I think, as well. But yeah, we've been trying.
But yeah, definitely get them while you can. It's what, another day or two. It ends tomorrow, right? The
Yeah, I
Twitch
believe
rivals.
so.
Yeah. So get them while you can, and then make sure to tune in from the 16th through the end of the month to anyone playing Rust. And if you watch for a total of, what is it, 12 hours, you'll get all four of these drops. And we're not sure what that suitcase thing is.
let's do a little recap, and if you have questions, we can do some after Bugs is done with that.
Yeah, and I feel like this might be a bit of a shorter one today because there's not a ton to show off. It's just this Christmas event coming in, and I think a lot of people are familiar with it. But I'll run through a quick recapity cap. And as always, if you have any questions as we're going through, feel free to do Miss D underscore that's me in chat with your question, and we'll get to as many as we have the opportunity to. But yeah, Xmas is coming. And there will be a patch on Saturday, the 16th, 2 days from now. It's expected, I think, at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT, and it's going to be mandatory server and client patch. And with that patch going live, it will turn on the Xmas event content. So Rustafied.com has a full summary of all the drops and all the different things in the Xmas content. So you can see the specifics, like what you get from opening medium presents and stuff like that. But it's all the Xmas stuff that much of which we've seen in previous years. And it looks like there's some new stuff coming this year. One of the new things is the Winter Drop Fest, or Winter Drops Fest, plural. And once again, that's starting on Saturday as well. And we'll run through the end of the month, and you can get 4 exclusive drops there by watching any of your Rust streamers. There's also the gingerbread building skin coming in for this Xmas event. This is a new one for this year. It is a wood tier building skin, and it looks like it's going to be available for everyone to use at their leisure throughout the duration of the Xmas event. As with all building skins, it doesn't change anything with damage stats or colliders. It is just an aesthetic change, and you can kind of get a sense of it. We unfortunately it's not working on staging, but you can get a sense of the vibe of it by looking at this portal, gingerbread portal, because it is kind of the same look as those gingerbread portals. Speaking of those gingerbread, or gingerbread mines, I guess they are called, they're spawning around the map. You'll find them randomly. There's about 12 per normal map size. I think we did that on a 4250 map. But they're just little gingerbread houses around that function similar to the portals for Halloween, for the Halloween event. So you just enter the door, you go through it, you end up teleported in a gingerbread mine. And in there, you're going to find some gingerbread people. You'll see Shadow is wearing the gingerbread person suit. That, I want to reiterate, is not something that players can, generally speaking, wear. It is something that, as admins, you can spawn it in and put it on, but it's actually just for the gingerbread NPCs in these gingerbread mines. But you'll see them in there. There's like 2 to 6 gingerbread people in each mine. It's kind of like they're procedurally generated from the looks of it. And so there's different stuff in each mine, but they're armed, the gingerbread people that is, with candy canes and the occasional MP5, and they drop loot from scientists. And in there, you'll find some other Christmas goodies like small presents, snowball guns, snowballs, and the like. And then to get out of the mine, you just exit back through the door you came through. So those are the gingerbread mines. You can see some example loot from the mines on Rustified.com on my article today, just to give you a sense of what loot can be got in there. There's also decorations at monuments. So when you go to fishing villages, bandit camps, or compound, you will notice some festive decorations once this update comes out. There's also, of course, the Christmas presents. These spawn around the map every day. You'll hear jingle bells, and then 2 present boxes spawn around you. You whack those present boxes, and then out of them drop some presents. There's small, medium, and large presents. You can take 10 small presents and upgrade to medium, take 5 mediums, upgrade to large. And of course, the stuff gets better as the size of the present goes up. So you can open any one of these presents, but if you upgrade to a large present, you're going to get better stuff like pump shotgun, custom SMG, revolver, things like that. So you might want to save up your small presents and upgrade them all the way up to get to large presents. There's also Santa's sleigh, so the airdrops are replaced with Santa's sleigh flying overhead, and he does drop better loot than a normal airdrop, and it is very festive in fashion as well, because It drops this big glowy present with a bunch of stars glowing off of it and everything like that. So those are the airdrops for between Saturday and the end of the month. There's also stockings that you hang around your base, and after a period of time, the stockings start glowing. You can open the stocking and get some loot from there. There's going to be other Xmas goodies available on the item store and stuff like that. And there's also ice walls and sleds and snowball guns and lights and just a bunch of various Xmas items through the years. And yeah, and the craftable Christmas tree, the advent calendar, things like that. There's also in development news a bunch of miscellaneous fixes going on. I think a lot of them are probably going to wait till January to come in, but we might see some of these fixes go live with the Saturday update as well. And that about does it. That's basically it for the Xmas event. Once again, it's going live Saturday. It's not going to force a wipe or anything on any servers, but it is a mandatory client and server patch. So you as a player will need to update Rust in your Steam library before you can join after the patch hits on Saturday. We expect at normal time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT, but we'll tweet when more comes to light about that. And also, as we get clear on what items are on the item store and some more stuff about this Winter Drops Fest, I do plan on updating my article on rustified.com on Saturday to give a little more context for some of the things that are a little hazy at the moment. But that about does it. And once again, this will be our final stream of the year. Development has basically comes to a halt around the holiday season as the team takes a much deserved and needed break. And so we're going to take a break too. And we're going to take 2 weeks off and then come back for the January 4th update and forced wipe. So, yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a something Kwanzaa, all that stuff. Much love and respect to you all, and just love and gratitude to you all for another awesome year. This is Rust is 10 years old. We've been running Rustified for 10 years now and doing these streams for about eight, like pretty much every week for about 8 years straight. So it's really crazy how far it's all come. It's crazy that another year's under the belt already. But I'm so thankful for this community and for everything that we have here. And so just much love to you all. And I really hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, a very Merry Christmas. And yeah, I think that does it. Anything else, guys?
Yes, there's more questions.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll do some questions too before we wind down.
Yeah.
I'm like ready to turn this thing off already. But yeah, a couple more questions. Let's do it.
So relax. You have 2 weeks off, like soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we got another gifted from Ein Fed Chaussot to Grandma underscore Lancaster.
Thank you so much for the gifted subs, and I hope you guys get your. Although I think you have to give 2 subs to get the computer terminal, but I do so appreciate the generosity and thank you.
And you split it up so you give one to one streamer and one to another to another
That would
streamer?
make sense, but I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure if it has to be 2 gifted at the same time or if it's just a cumulative thing, but it
Yeah,
should
I'm
be
not sure.
cumulative.
Yeah. I know you already said this, but how can I get the gingerbread outfit?
Yeah, you can't get the gingerbread outfit as a player. It's you'd have to be an admin and spawn it in because it's just an NPC outfit.
I
And
misclicked something here.
I was like,
Sorry.
Misty,
No, yeah. Also
Deader.
you did say Shadow before. Who's
Oh, I
Shadow?
said Shadow. Who the
Yeah, you
fuck is
did.
Shadow?
Shadow is wearing the gingerbread. Yeah. Um, do
How
you
surprised would everyone be if I just turn on face cam and go topless now? As like a happy end of year, I'm doing a topless stream. That's what
Christmas
everyone's
present?
doing apparently on yeah, Merry Christmas. I'm topless. I'm bugs. I'm
Yeah.
topless. No,
Man
not gonna do
boobs.
that. Yeah. I'd get banned anyway. Twitch is like, yeah, no, that's not artistic at all.
Do you have news regarding a Santa face mask? I know it was in the works.
Yeah, it looks like something like that is in the works. But we gotta wait and see for the item store to update and everything. I think that's gonna be an item on the item store on Saturday when all this stuff goes live. But But yeah, I'm not 100%. Those are things that we have to kind of wait and see what ends up on the item store, and then I'll update the article accordingly. But I do believe that will be a thing available for purchase on the item store.
Do you know if the new skins are available right now at the item store?
I don't think they are. I think it's probably going to wait until Saturday, but let me do a quick refresh of the item store. Wait for it. No, it doesn't look like it's updated yet. And yeah, I imagine we might have to wait until Saturday to see all the Christmas stuff hit the item store.
How much has the legacy skins made you feel nostalgic?
A little bit, but honestly, like the look is different enough that it doesn't. I'm not looking at it like, oh, look at that legacy wood. Um, I mean, I totally dig the vibe of it. I like the frontier stuff, but the shit jack made me a little nostalgic. Oh, and looking at the bow and that shotgun, like seeing that shotgun, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's what that looked like. So minor nostalgia.
How do you get that wood building skin? Is that a DLC?
Yeah, that's the frontier. Or wait, are they just calling it? They're just calling it the legacy wood building skin. Yeah, that's available on the item store. Sorry, I had to look around the item store. It's confusing sometimes, but that's a wood building skin. Of course, it's a wood tier. I mean, what else is going to be? But yeah, it's called Legacy Wood, and it's on the item store. If you're in the U.S., then it is 12.99 USD. Other places in the world will vary depending on your local currency, but you can find that and the Legacy Bow on the item store as well.
We have someone saying not a question, but Russ just posted that the game is 50% off for the next week on X.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go retweet that. And that's always good to see. Some some Steam sales for the holidays. Cool.
I have to reread this question. Just a sec. Okay, so after February at Korea, there is a possibility that we can watch Twitch. Can you stream live on YouTube too?
Yeah, for the new year, I'm gonna look at what the logistics are for streaming to YouTube. What we've been doing is been putting the VOD on YouTube the day after. A lot of people are I don't know. I'm not. I think some people appreciate that, but then a lot of people go in there and like put timestamps and why are you talking for a fucking hour about just a couple things? And it's like, it's just a VOD, guys. I don't know what you want from me. I guess we could do timestamps, but I'm lazy, man. But we'll look at dual streaming to YouTube as well, and maybe to Kick as well. I don't know. That seems to be sort of taken off. I don't know, but we'll see.
So one just came in. Christmas active this week. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, well, better late than never. Glad you made it. And yeah, the Christmas event is going live on Saturday. It's not going live today because they're still doing the Twitch Rivals today and tomorrow. But the Winter Drops Fest and the mandatory client and server update are looking like they're going to hit Saturday at normal time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT. And it's not going to force a wipe, but it will turn on all this Xmas stuff between now and the end of the year. Probably the Xmas stuff will just stay live until the 4th for the update and forced wipe on the 4th of January.
Do we have to update Rust today or no?
No, you shouldn't have to update Rust today. You'll have to do it Saturday.
We got another two gifted from Brutus underscore from under Shakespeare. Thank you for that.
Nice. Thank you for the gifts and congrats on getting your Twitch computer skin thing. And thanks for supporting streamers.
And funny enough, someone is just asking, when will there be a discount on Rust?
Oh, baby, right now it's
Yeah,
50% off.
go on X Rust. There's 50% off the next week.
Yeah, our biggest discount in years, they say. Is that right? I guess it is.
I think it
Cool.
probably is, yeah.
Someone is saying we want a Misty statue for Rust. I'm good, thanks. think that's it, Bugs.
All right, cool. Well, I think we're going to wind down a little early here today. Once again, a huge thank you, everyone, for the support. Congrats on another year under the belt. Huge shout out to Face Punch for another year of developing this game and just working on making this game as awesome as it can be and adding things to it. It's so special what Rust is because to think that it's been in development, it's been changing month after month for 10 years running, um, and it's still going. There's no end in sight. It's really astonishing. So a huge shout out and much love to the whole team at Face Punch. Thank you guys for all your hard work. I hope you all have a very happy holiday, Merry Christmas, all that stuff. And that goes for everyone tuning in too. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for the support throughout the year. Thank you, Misty and Artemis, for being my co-MCs as always as well.
You're welcome as always, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. I'll see you next year.
That's it. You're welcome. And happy holidays, guys.
Yep, yep. And I hope you all have a very safe, happy holidays and a happy new year. And we're going to take a little break as well. I'm looking forward to just taking a little break and for the holidays and stuff. But we will be back on the 4th of January. So in the meantime, much love to you all. Thank you so much for the support and have a wonderful week and a wonderful wipe. This is Bugs signing off.